Yemisi Ajayi, and this is the Bat Space. Today we're going to be having an in-depth conversation about Asiwaju Tinubu, and who else to talk about him than a political economist, Mr. Ayobami Oyalowo. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I would love to know you. Just introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, my name is Ayobami Oyalowo, like you said. A lot of my mentees and friends and associates will call me the Godfather. And I like that because I have a lot of children who look up to me. When I say children, some of them are big men and women.
We're talking about Asiwaju today, and we want to talk in depth about him. We want to really know who Asiwaju is, and you have so much knowledge about this man called Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Who is he to you, and what are the information or knowledge you had about him over the years?
Yeah, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Asiwaju, is a known name. Many young people today, I see a lot of argument, and it's funny when people don't try to seek knowledge. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was one of the pillars of the democracy we all enjoy today. His background is such that when he came into politics in the early 90s, when Babangida was doing his Maradonic things, he became a senator, but that was not what actually defines him to me. What defines him to me was I was a student in the university during these struggles for the actualization of June 12th. And I know that a lot of people played a lot of parts in the actualization of democracy today. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a name that we all know about. He, alongside a lot of other great Nigerians, were hounded, locked up, threatened. Some of them even died in the process, but he fortunately was able to run into exile with some other people, and with some things he did from, even some of the testimony came from great people like Wole Soyinka, of how his ingenuity helped to raise money and fund for them to live. So he went abroad with so many people. They fought for what today we call democracy we're enjoying. A lot of people today who want to benefit don't even know how this came about. So he has always been a fighter. He fought toe-to-toe with the military, and he and other people, they won this fight for us to today enjoy what we are calling democracy. So for me, he's more than just a politician. He's an activist. He's somebody who stays by his belief. He's somebody who holds on to something that he thinks is right, and he does whatever is necessary within the ambit of the law to ensure that what is right is done. And that is why when he became the candidate for the AG in 1999, I was fortunate to be in Lagos. I'm very proud to say I voted for him, and for every other AG candidate as at that time. So yeah, that is the measure of the man called Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And as a governor, a lot of people think Lagos used to be in federal capital, so it makes Lagos important. That's not the truth. By 1999, when he came in, yes, we had a military administrator called Buba Marwa. He tried a lot, but he was not for the development of Lagos. He was just there as a military administrator to ensure that things work, and he did his best to make it work. But when Ahmed Tinubu took over Lagos State, many people fail to remember what Lagos was like.
What was Lagos like?
Lagos was the dirtiest state capital, not just in Nigeria, but in the entire Africa. Lagos was a stinking, smelling state. It was a place where every day, if you're going to work, then I was going to work, and then when you go to work in a day, at least you will see a dead body somewhere on the road, abandoned. There were no ambulance services. Then we used to go on Molue and those yellow buses, and God, I remember my first trip on the Molue. I felt that I still have this scar on my knee till today, because they will not wait for you. Before the introduction of BRT, and then before he brought in Loma, Lagos was extremely dirty. When I say dirty, I'm not exaggerating it. The entire median on that Ikorodu then will be filled with heaps of garbage. Then we had this, what you call them, these guys that push, they hit this thing to collect garbage and just throw it anywhere. Today you don't have such again. You have an organized state. You have a lawma system that works. You have people who clean the road. You have green area. Yes, other people came after him to develop and to continue the good job he started. We have another great elder brother of mine, Babatunde Raji Fashola, and today we have Governor Sanwo-Olu continuing in that. But people don't know that somebody was a visionary of whatever we are enjoying today in Lagos. So this man is beyond just a governor. He put in a system that is working today.
Okay, so people think that other governors who came in had done other things too.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know, what did Bola Ahmed Tinubu do?
No, I said he was a visionary. Okay, let me quickly remind you a few things. If you know the around Lut area, then that place is unmotorable. Then many people don't know that we didn't have the Okpebi link road until Tinubu came. He created the Okpebi link road. It was also during Tinubu that Allen became a straight road, and then you can only turn at the roundabout. Then there were intersections, and God in heaven, the kind of horrible traffic on those places. I lived through it. My office was GTB Allen then. That intersection, before they blocked it and made it a straight road and then created the Okpebi link road, you don't want to go through Ikeja those periods. So if people pretend they don't remember, some of us remember. I remember also before I worked in Allen, before I came to bank, I used to walk on a street called Adeola Deco. You need to ask anybody who knows what Adeola Deco used to be like. These are living examples. They didn't just spring up. Adeola Deco was one of the worst roads any human being can ply. Tinubu fixed Adeola Deco. So people can say whatever they want to say about this man. He started this. And what he did was put in a system that works so that the subsequent governors after him continue to improve and build on it. That is what he called the Lagos Master Plan. He built a system, he knows he cannot finish the work in 8 years. So he made sure that after him, those coming after him will just continue to build on it. So this is what we are talking about. You can't build a city or a state in 8 years, but you need about 30, 40 years to finish. But what you need to do is make sure that there is a system, a plan, a vision, so that whatever is coming after you, build. Who governor among his peers had such a vision to create a master plan that other will build? I can't see anyone.
Talking about 2023 general election, we are Nigeria is in a place where we need to get it right, no matter what. It's a very, very important state that we can't just, bring in someone who doesn't have the skill set to rule us. So what are the things that you've seen in Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that makes you believe that he should be the next president?
We're just coming on now, and you remember I told you about his plan and his vision for Lagos. You see, what we always need to remember is that what are your track records? What are your antecedents? I have told you his track record in Lagos State. What I didn't remember to say there was that when he took over Lagos State, apart from the dirty city that Lagos was, the dead city without ambulance service, without cleaning service and all this stuff, he also raised the IGR of Lagos from 600 million to about 11 billion under him then, and as today it stands about 51 billion in terms of IGR for Lagos State, which makes Lagos, I think, the third or the fourth largest economy in Africa, not in Nigeria. So if you are looking at Nigeria, South Africa, I think Egypt and then Lagos. So it has an economy bigger than Kenya, than Ghana, just Lagos. So we are looking at a man who has shown by his antecedents his ability to build economy, by his ability to raise men. Tinubu was the first governor in Nigeria who had a most diverse cabinet. You have Christians, you have Muslims, you have Igbos, you have Hausas, you have people from Delta, you have people from even Yoruba who are not Lagosians, who are from Ekiti State, who are from Ondo State, who are from Kwara State, people like Lai Mohammed of this world, we have the Dele Alakes of this world. So this is a man who can build people, a unifier. And Nigeria is so divided now along so many lines. Tinubu is that man who can build that synergy where everybody can feel at home anywhere. Lagos became a cosmopolitan state where it doesn't matter what your tribe is, what your religion is, you can thrive in Lagos. Today we have so many people who are representing district and areas in Lagos who are not originally Lagosians. We have some Igbos in the State House of Assembly today as we speak. We have some of them in the House of Reps representing Lagos State. So that is the measure of the man. So we are looking at the man who can build an economy. We are looking at the man who can build leaders. You see, most of the challenges of Africa, or in Africa today, is the fact that leaders don't build followers that after them who can continue the vision. I can begin to name for you people who work with Tinubu then, what they are doing today, where they are. So do you see that being replicated in Nigeria? And if that is done, you can imagine where Nigeria will be in the next 20, 30 years. That is what we are looking at. We're looking at the man who will not just build the economy, he will also build human beings and build people. His human capital development is second to none in Nigeria. So we are looking for a man who will not be able to run marathon because we're not looking for a sports star. We're looking for a man who cannot carry blocks and cement because we're not looking for a bricklayer president. We're looking for a man who can sit and think. A man who is cerebral to think, to envision, put it on paper and ensure that he has lieutenants around him who will carry on his vision and ensure that everybody benefits. So for me, that is what stands him head and shoulder above every other contestant. He's not in the league of any of them. His democracy credential is second to none. He was one of those who fought to win this democracy for us. As a governor, his track record is second to none. As a developer of human capital, his record is second to none. As a man who can live in a diverse environment, build diverse people, his records are second to none. This man married an Anglican woman who under him became a Pentecostal, under him became a minister of the gospel in a Pentecostal church. And they still live together in harmony. How else can you call a man, how else do you want to describe a man as a man who is able to accommodate everybody? How else? Many of the people shouting Christian Muslims today, honestly, they can't even employ staff who are not from their tribe. They can't even employ staff who are not from their religion. Yet this man, some of his closest allies today, including the vice president, is a Pentecostal pastor. Yet, under him, an attorney general, he was 8 years commissioner. When it was time for him to nominate somebody because of this unnecessary noise in 2015, who did he bring out? He could have brought out his wife because she's also a Christian and she's from the south. But no, he decided to bring today who has become our number 2 and a very wonderful man at that. So it tells you Tinubu's ability to identify good people, to work with good people is second to none. And for me, that is what Nigeria needs at this critical time.
So my name still remains Yancy Ajayi, and this is The Bad Space.